This is a battle 100 years in the making.
If you're looking for the root of sexism and misogyny, you will find it. We've fixed the Constitution 27 times, so we know that it wasn't perfect. It needs to be fixed one more time so that, women are not second-class citizens.
The House Oversight Committee hosting advocates of the Equal Rights Amendment, 5 decades after Congress first approved the language that could become the 28th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution.
What's different about the hearing that you're having now? What's different about the landscape?
Well, one thing that's different is I'm chair of the committee and I can have the hearing.
Congresswoman Carolyn Maloney, who literally wore her support for the ERA at the Met Gala a few weeks ago, sits atop the Oversight Committee.
This is the first hearing on the Equal Rights Amendment by a full committee in 40 years. So we have a speaker that is supportive of it, a female speaker. But in a sense, it also shows why it's so fundamentally important to get us into the Constitution. Our rights should not be determined by who's in office or who's on the Supreme Court. The document that the Supreme Court interprets and that we interpret in Congress should include equality and protections for women. It's that simple. And you cannot enforce laws unless we are in the Constitution or create laws to protect women.
The debate is as old as the country itself, and the premise hasn't changed much since suffragette Alice Paul first wrote, "Equality of rights under the law shall not be denied or abridged by the United States or by any state on account of sex." Suffragettes began the push in the 1920s after women earned the right to vote. It took 50 years for Congress, mostly made up of male lawmakers, to take action, passing the amendment in extraordinarily bipartisan fashion. But it faltered in the states, falling short of the 38 needed to ratify the amendment and facing blowback from conservatives like Phyllis Schlafly.
Major objection to the Equal Rights Amendment is that it would take away from women rights and privileges which they now have. Rights to stay home.
They still have that right. The Equal Rights Amendment does not take away that right.
Not according to law. This would remove and wipe out the laws of the 50 states which make the husband primarily responsible for the financial support of his wife and children.
Detractors at the time warned the ERA could lead to gender-neutral bathrooms, same-sex marriage, women not taking their husbands' last names, and women drafted to serve in the military. Now, it's the same battle, fought with new fault lines.
Does this make our children safer by being identified as a man or a woman and going to a woman's bathroom?
Women's equality is about far more than just abortion. The ERA is about far more than abortion.
Other Republicans argued that the ratification process in Congress and across states should start over.
Want to pass the ERA? By all means, move forward. I would support it. If my daughters support it, my wife supports it, and my sisters support it, then who am I to stand in the way? I would support it, but do it right.
The House voted earlier this year to nix the deadline for ratification. The Senate would have to do the same. But the Department of Justice also has to take action, reversing a Trump-era legal opinion that the deadline to ratify the ERA has passed and certifying that 38 states now stand in favor of it.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Follow today's top stories and breaking news by downloading the NBC News app.